Hello everyone, good morning and good afternoon. This is Priyanka Rajput from CSG Asia Pacific. Welcome to the CSG Coffee Talk and SAP Business by Design. So the topic for today's session is intercompany process in SAP Business by Design. So this is a very huge topic and that's why I have divided it into the part. So today I will talk about the prerequisites and how I will create a project sales order and how the intercompany process starts. So before I start, I'll show you the agenda. So this is today's agenda. Like always, I will talk about the overview first, that what is exactly the intercompany process. Maybe for the new users, they might not be aware. And then I'll talk about the pain points, like what kind of the challenges are being faced. Then I'll show you the live demo in the system. Then we'll talk about the key takeaways from the whole session. And then we will have the open discussion. Yeah, so I'll start with the overview. So, as a group company, you might have difficulties in checking the visibility of relationship between the buying and the selling company. That is when you have one holding group and under that a group of companies are there, and it's very difficult to check the whole process. So here in the SAP Business by Design, we have the intercompany transaction features available. So SAP Business by D enables the intercompany transactions to fulfill the group company transactions. So this is about the group company transactions. The process support transaction affecting more than one company in a group of partner companies. The system automatically posts clearing between the companies, identifying the receivable or payable that arise between the companies. So today I'll show you the example of Almica Holding Group, which will have two companies. One is Almica Private Limited and Innovate Private Limited. So it will be the transaction between these two companies, which is called the intercompany. Because intercompany transaction is a huge challenge when using the normal ERP system, but SAP ByD is a product which simplify your day-to-day processes. Okay, so also, intercompany process is not easy to handle. Then there are the pain points. So first is that the how to handle multi companies in a single database, like in a single ERP database. Then it might be the second pain point could be process payments from multiple companies at once. Then there also might be the multi-currency handling in one tenant. Then to see that how we can get the relationship visibility between the purchasing and affiliate selling companies. If we want to see the visibility, like the relationship, like in the ByD, we have the document flow, we can see that how the visibility shows. All right, now I'll show you the system and the live demo. Okay, so first, before starting any process in the ByD, we have to check if there are the prerequisites. So we have the prerequisites for the intercompany process. We have to check it in the business configuration first, business configuration work center, implementation projects, work center view. We'll go to the project scope. First, we check in the sales. That selling product and services should be enabled, because with the help of this, we'll be able to sell the service or the product. In that case, we have the sales order. Okay, then we have in the purchasing. This non-stock material and service procurement. This should also be checked. Then purchasing between the partner companies. This is also selected. And in the finance side, there's the consolidation preparation. This should also be scoped. Okay. So this was about the scoping. Now I'll show you the fine-tune activities. Like what are the mandatory ones. So here we have the project types. So we have to make sure that there is the project type of intercompany. Okay. So make sure that this intercompany project is also with the process variant for customer project with sales integration, because there will be the sales order also, and this is the customer project. All right. So this was about the like in the configuration. Also, we have to make sure that so here we are taking the example of Almica Holding. Yeah, here we can see that this is the holding group, and here the Almica and Innovate are the partner companies. So let's assume requesting company sends a PO to the selling company. That is, Almica will send the PO to the selling company, and after releasing the PO in the buying company, here in the Almica, a sales order is generated in the supplying company without any manual posting. Also, this is important that we have the buying companies for the supplier and the customer invoices. We have the setup for the customer account and the supplier account. We should need to maintain the customer and the supplier. So this is the customer Almica. So the transaction can be done from here. Make sure that in the communication, the collaboration has the output channel as internal EDX. With the help of this, only the automatic creation of the purchase order or the sales order happens. So in the customer corporate account, it should be here, output channel. Same way for the supplier. I mean, we have to make sure that the business partner data is maintained. Same way, I have like set up and the maintain supplier for this intercompany transaction. Yeah, innovate. I'll check if the collaboration is done here as well. Otherwise, system will throw an error and the document will not be consistent. Yeah, for the purchase order, internal EDX. All right. So we are done with the prerequisites. Now I will create the sales order, and from that I'll create the project, the intercompany project value I will start. So I'm taking, so right now I'm taking the customer as heat transfer, buying company is Almica, and the selling company is Innovate. So this project is between, the sales order is between Almica and heat transfer specialist. I'm going to add the service which need to be sell. This is for the development. Let's say 5 hours. Now I can create the project directly from here. Let's say for 30 days. Okay. So project has been created. You can edit it as soon as you have saved the sales order. So I'll save the sales order. Four to 03 the sales order. Now let me just go to the project. Let me search with the 4203. Maybe it will be by that name. We can still change. We can still change the name and the ID of the project because this is in the status of the planning. So I'll simply write it ESISP 001 and here intercompany project. Okay, so I can see that from the sales order itself, the task has been created for the development. And I can change the planned work also. For example, if I'm taking it for 30 days, maybe I can take 50 hours. Now, I can add the team member here. So, let's assume that Almika does not have the developer for the customer heat transfer. And he will like to take it from the partner company, right, which is Innovate. So from Innovate, I like to hire their employee, which is from the partner company. So the one which is working in their company. So for me, it is John. John Thompson is with the reporting line unit BR Columbus. BR Columbus is nothing but with the Innovate. So I'll take this one. Now, employee is not employed by the company Almika, which we know that Almika doesn't have the enough like supply of the service from the team member. That's why we took it from the Innovate. Let's put a date here. Okay. Now, here in the product, we can see it here. So now we are going to create a purchase request from the service because we have to we have to purchase it from the selling company as a customer because we are the customer for that selling company, and for us the customer is here, which is heat transfer. uh, has been created. Why not able to wait? Oh, sorry, I was not on the header level, that's why the customer was not showing. Now it will show. Yeah, here we can see heat transfer. So this is the project from Almika for this. Now I'm going to create the purchase order for this, for the whole project, for the service development. Yeah, so every details has come up from here. Now they are asking that who will be the service agent for this, for whom I'm buying. So I took John Thompson. So yeah, you can see that as soon as I took John Thompson, the intercompany relevant check is enabled, which is nothing but the system is telling us that this is the intercompany process we are going to follow here. Okay, so if all the details are correct, we can finish. So finish submit button comes because we have the approval process for this. I'll submit this. So the project purchase request has been released, which is in the approval. Okay, so this is the purchase request. Let me just see that if it has assigned to approver. Oh, why it's not coming here? Here. Okay. Yeah. So here we can see that this is the project. So the purchase order 979 is the reference with ICP 01. I think this is not the one. ICP 001 it is. Uh, the approval has not been sent, but why? This was strange because I just tested it few minutes back. It was working. Now let me see what happened exactly. Something is wrong because this is not showing anywhere. Uh,
Yes, I think this is not related with the approval process. So
yeah,
the
but
PO has been sent to the innovator, right?
no, we just created the purchase request. Once that is approved, then the PO will
Request.
be.
All right, that's right.
Yeah, so it's not showing because I have to check that if it is not in the approval, then it should have created the purchase order. But it's not.
Sure.
So something is not right. Only this one is coming because I tested this yesterday. So it should be like this one.
Okay.
But why it's not showing?
I think did you make the sales order list?
No. So is it related to that? because we created this purchase order from the project. Okay, let's just do this also.
And also we can check whether the project status is released or not.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. This is because of that only. That part got missed. From here, if I'll see the document below, then yes, the project is in
This is
planning.
still planning.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, so this is the reason the system has not send the purchase request for the approval because the project itself is in the planning
Mhm.
phase. Okay, thank you, Kevin. I'll start and release. Okay, so now everything is released. Now let me check business task management. Uh, I think this is not the one. Task Intercompany project.
Mm.
Person responsible coming Jamie. Okay, so there must be the purchase order also. Let me check that. Okay, this is the one. 50 hours I took.
Yes.
So we can see that the purchase order has been created from that purchase request from the project. So which is in
Mhm.
approval. As soon as it is approved, the purchase order will be released.
Mhm.
We can check if it is all consistent. Okay, not coming here. So Kevin, can I assign it to you?
Yes.
Do
I'm
you
in the system.
in the 178?
Yes.
Okay, which one it is?
No, yes, in the middle.
This one?
7101. Yes.
Okay, so let's assume that you are the manager from the purchase team and you would like to review the purchase order. Okay, so I'll send it for the approval to you. Now it must be in the managing my area approvals.
Mhm.
Here.
Okay, I'm gonna reject it anyway.
Why?
So I just shocking. Yes, I got this one. Okay.
981?
Yes, let me approve.
Yeah, please.
Okay, approve.
All right. So now if I go back to the project, I can see that this will be creating the purchase order.
Mhm.
Okay, here. Here we can see
Mhm.
that this has been created.
Mhm.
Purchase order is sent. Now if I open the purchase order, yeah. So we as Almika send the purchase order to Innovate. And Innovate should have supposed to send the sales order to Almica. So this is what intercompany processes. They have created this sales order automatically. This is created automatically from this purchase order. Okay. So this is all has been taken from the project and the purchase order data, and it is done in this way. Okay. So today's session is still here only because this is going to be even more lengthier otherwise. And in the next session, I'll show you that how I can release the sales order, and then I can do the time recording of this employee from the Innovate, which is from the partner company, and how the journal entry takes place. And further, we can have more discussion. So this is the key takeaways from today's session. So SAP Business by Design simplifies the day-to-day process of intercompany transactions. Like we saw that we can have the prerequisites and the system will do a lot of things automatically. The ByDesign multi-country feature makes it easy for your team to process payments from multiple companies at once. After releasing the PO in the buying company, a sales order is generated in the supplying company. Like we saw that we created the PO in the buying company, that is Almica, and then a SO sales order has been generated from the Innovate, the selling company. And yeah, we can have the multiple companies as per 110. As we saw that under one holding there were two companies, we can have even more. So we can have the multiple companies feature. Also multi-currency functionality for the global companies. So multi-currency can also be set up maybe for Almica it is US dollar, for Innovate it is in the Korean won. So we can set up accordingly. Most beneficial feature by design offer multi-company organization. This is one of the most beneficial features which by design has offered. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. And now we can have the open discussion.
Cool. Thank you, Priyanka. This is a good, the first step to explore the functionality by design regarding the intercompany project.
Yes.
So I think I don't have much the question here as of now, but I think we need we'd better to understand what types of the functionality will be provided by the SAP by design. So as you mentioned, it will give more efficient and effective ways to reduce our workload, day-to-day transaction.
Yeah,
right?
double entry will be
Automatically.
reduced. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. So we can reduce any mistake, human mistakes, any data in mismatch anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that this is a really good features
Because this
in
gives
the
us the
by
visibility
design.
as well. Yes, yes,
Yeah, that's
right.
right. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think the configuration is pretty much understand should be very important.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Right.
system will gives the error because a lot of things system will do automatically. For that, there should be the configuration in the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. So I think the sales order and then the PO is one pair, and the other one is the some internal transaction. Let's say the time booking.
Yeah.
Because the cost side, revenue side is different, right?
Yes. Time recording, expense.
That's right. Expense.
Yeah.
And then the financial transactions, billing and invoicing, right?
Yeah. Supplier invoice, customer invoice.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm looking forward to the next session, the time booking and expense, right?
Yeah, this will be in the continuation. We will have talk more. We will got to know more about the intercompany process because
Okay.
from here there will be the intercompany project also, which will be created by the system directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
as the example and then the real practically, I think I recommend the reader to set up the company process in the Jupyter, CS Korea and CS India, right?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
think
that's
it
right.
will be very, very interesting. And then the
Yes.
formative for the future, I think.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Good
Thank you,
job,
Kevin.
Priyanka. Bye salot.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you, Ingu. Thank you, Kevin. Bye. I'll see you
Mm,
the next
Yeah.
week.
Bye bye.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.